It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
Protest over the weekend, the no kick protest on Saturday.
I think it's a joke. I looked at the people. They're not representative of this country. And I looked at all the brand new signs paid for, I guess it was paid for by Soros and other radical left lunatics. It looks like it was. We're checking it out. The demonstrations were very small, very ineffective, and the people were whacked out. When you look at those people, those are not representative of the people of our country.
What's your
Yeah, I don't get it when he says that those people are not representative. Or those are the people of our country, man. Like, you know, president for one is supposed to be a president for all. But people, you know, what Republicans and MAGA supporters love to say, that's your president, that's your president. But he's not. He's saying he's not a representation. This is not a representation of America. Do I get tired of watching stuff on Trump? Absolutely not. It's a new thing every day. You know, speaking of, why do I like watching Trump? Well, let's get into it since you asked.
I went to Puerto Rico and I met with the president of the Virgin Islands. And I went to Puerto Rico and I met with the president of the Virgin Islands.
Mr. President, I just wanted to tell you that I moved here in 1981 from Puerto Rico, and I want you to know that Puerto Rico stands behind you.
That's probably.
And Puerto Rico loves you.
We got hours and hours of this
Very
stuff.
well, and we helped you through a lot of bad storms. You were there when I brought the hospital ship against everyone's advice, and we got it in there and took care of a lot of people. But I think no president's done more for Puerto Rico than I have. So thank you. That's really nice of you to say. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mayor. And I will tell you, I left Texas, and I left Florida, and I left Louisiana, and I went to Puerto Rico, and I met with the president of the Virgin Islands. These are people that are incredible people. They've suffered gravely.
I told y'all he'd be talking to himself when he talks to himself. He talks to the president of the Virgin Islands. I guess y'all ain't recognize that.
This is an island surrounded by water, big water, ocean water. This is an island surrounded by water, big water, ocean water.
Do you see why we listen to Trump? Do you see it? I mean, you can't get tired of this when you hear this. You be like, you just have to ask yourself, what is an island? An island is a plot of land surrounded by water. Big water. Ocean water. Hold up.
And I will tell you, I left and I went to Puerto Rico and I met with the president of the Virgin Islands. And this is an island surrounded by water, big water, ocean water. This is an island surrounded by... They said death. It was like death.
No. Yeah, I got to listen. This can't be serious. This can't be serious. You know what I'm saying? It's like every day. Remember, he was like, "We're killing them. We're killing the Democrats. We're killing them, and you know what? They're losing. And guess what? We're killing them." Like what? Every day. Sarah Huckabee was the greatest White House press secretary ever. I mean, the lies that rolled off her lips were amazing. 2016 through 2020 was absolutely the greatest time in America. Greatest time. Because you could sit there and just watch the mess every day. It was the greatest soap opera. if you're not in the guiding light, and as the world turns, you definitely was tuned in to the White House press meetings. No one ever watched that stuff prior to Donald Trump, ever. You know, yeah, we don't have to make this up. Look at it.
This is an island surrounded by water, big water, ocean water.
They said death. It was like death. And there's nothing about death. Theirs is death because they're going to lose Medicaid. They're going to lose Social Security. They're going to lose Medicare. All of those things are going to be gone because the whole country would be bankrupt and you're not going to have any kind of medical insurance. So with us, it's the opposite. And it's a great bill. We don't need any more. And I want to just say from the beginning, our message has been very simple. We will not be extorted on this crazy plot of theirs. They said death. It was like death.
And what does that mean? What does that mean? Somebody please explain. I bet you can't. I bet you can't because I bet he can't.
What else are you going to do to encourage him to get there, or can you explain why you do believe that he wants peace?
Yeah, it's a good question. Today is a very big day in terms of what we're doing. Look, these are tremendous sanctions. These are very big. Those are against their two big oil companies, and we hope that they won't be on for long. We hope that the war will be settled. We just answered having to do with the various forms of missiles and everything else that we're looking at, but we don't think that's going to be necessary. We would like to see them just take the line that has been formed over quite a long period of time and go and let's go home. Last week they had almost 8,000 soldiers killed. Many Russians were killed last week. Many Ukrainians were killed last week. We think it's ridiculous and would like to have it end.
What else are you going to do?
This is after his administration sanctions Russia's two largest oil producers in effort to end the war. A sanction means absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. But good job.
They killed 300,000 people last year. Drugs, these drugs coming in. They killed 300,000 Americans last year, and that gives you legal authority. We have a national security, really, I will say this. When you look at the people we're dealing with, and we know them, we know the people coming in, we know the boats, we know everything else. We're allowed to do it. It's in international waters. If we don't do it, we're going to lose hundreds of thousands of people. Now, they'll be coming in by land a little bit more because they're not coming in by boat anymore. There are no boats in the water. There are no more boats. We know the boat.
I wouldn't be in the water either if you blowing up fishermen. Sheesh. Like, hey, if you got a speedboat, don't be out there fishing. And it wasn't even a speedboat. It was actually dead in the water. The engines were blown. But hey, yes, no one's going in the water because you're blowing up fishermen. I wouldn't get in the water either.
Almost immediately. You know, it's pretty unusual when you see somebody with a fishing rod and 5 engines on the back of the boat. You know, you don't need that to go fishing. Wait. And we will hit them very hard when they come in by land. And they haven't experienced that yet, but now we're totally prepared to do that. We have a lot of good people that aren't working right now that should be, and it's because the Democrats want to try and renegotiate a deal that they had negotiated. They want $1.5 trillion given to illegal immigrants who came into the country, and it's going to hurt the health care of citizens of our country that have been paying into it, that have been working hard for it, that really deserve it. So we're never going to do that. It's not going to happen. And I will tell you, there are a lot of good Democrats that really want to make a deal. And I think all we need is 5 Democrats because we have a great support on the Republican side. So I think we...
It went from 4 Democrats to now 5 Democrats. So that means you lost a Democrat. You're also losing Republicans, too, at the same time.
We need
so
5 Democrats, and there are a lot of them that want to make a deal. So I think at some point, common sense will prevail. We have a
Thank you, Mr. President. You have this big terrorist case before the Supreme Court. It's November the 5th.
Yeah.
You suggested that you might actually show up to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I'd like
for
to.
oral
I think
arguments.
it's one of the most important decisions we'll ever have from the Supreme Court. With tariffs, we're a strong, sound country. We're a nationally secure and internationally secure country. We're a very rich country. Without tariffs, it's a slog for this country, a big slog. I think it's one of the most important decisions in the history of the Supreme Court. And I might go there. I really believe I have an obligation to go there.
Your response to people who say that you haven't been transparent enough about this,
I haven't been transparent?
that some of your
Really?
critics feel it should have gone for a
I've
review.
shown this to everybody that would listen. Third-rate reporters didn't see it because they didn't look. You're a third-rate reporter, always have been. So third-rate reporters didn't look, but anybody that asked, these pictures have been in newspapers. They've been all over the place.
Who reads a newspaper? Let me go to the corner market down in town and get me a newspaper, baby. What the hell? This is not 1990.
And, you know, we're very proud of it. It's gotten great reviews. It's gotten really great reviews. So I think we've been more transparent than anybody's ever been.
Why do you believe
Protests over the weekend, the No Kings protests, sir.
I think it's a joke. I looked at the people. They're not representative of this country. And I looked at all the brand new signs paid for, I guess it was paid for by Soros and other radical left lunatics. It looks like it was. We're checking it out. The demonstrations were very small, very ineffective, and the people were whacked out. When you look at those people, those are not representative of the people of our country.
Mr. President, besides San Francisco,
By the way, I'm not a king. I'm not a king. I work my ass off to make our country great. That's all it is. I'm not a king at all. It won't interfere with the current building. It won't be. It'll be near it, but not touching it, and pays total respect to the existing building, which I'm the biggest fan of. It's my favorite. It's my favorite place. I love it.
It's his favorite place. Meanwhile, he spent no time in the White House in his first term. He spent more time in Mar-a-Lago's golf course than he spent in the White House. Tell me, how is that? And you want to talk about bankrupting America? Do y'all know how much money was spent at Mar-a-Lago in between 2016 and 2020? Y'all don't want to do the math. It'll hurt your heads. It'll hurt your heads. Good Lord.
It doesn't matter what he does. He's not the first president to do this. Barack Obama put in basketball courts.
Basketball courts? Oh my God. Barack Obama. That's how black of a president do you have to be to put basketball courts at the White House. Meanwhile, it was on a tennis court that was not being used because, you know, let's be real. Barry wasn't playing no tennis.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as fast as 1 week.